I'm Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner Podcast. When was the last time you experienced true peace of mind? When you felt like everything was fine, nothing was missing. That is an elusive and precious state of mind, and yet it's the very thing that Jesus promised as a gift to those who follow him. Listen and find out how to enjoy peace of mind on a daily basis. All this and more on the Rob Skinner Podcast. Welcome back to the Rob Skinner Podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. I want to just say thank you again for listening to the Rob Skinner Podcast. This is about 5 years in. I started this back in 2020, March of 2020. It's been awesome. I've really loved it. And thank you for supporting the program. I want to give a shout out to Bruce and Rachel Erickson. And Bruce and Rachel were early supporters of the podcast. I really appreciate their support over the years. Thank you so much, Bruce and Rachel. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the program, it's easy to do. Just simply go to the show notes. There's a link right there, and it's an easy way to support it and help me to inspire other people to multiply disciples, leaders, and churches and just make a difference. So thank you so much. How to enjoy peace of mind. When Jesus was about to leave this world, he told his disciples, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." That's John 14, verse 27. He knew that he was headed for the cross. He knew his disciples were going to experience trials, tough times, and lots of trouble. His gift to them was peace of mind. I think the idea of peace of mind gets overlooked today. There's a lot of study on the concept of happiness, and I think these things are related, but happiness is often connected to what you have, who you're with, and where you are going. Peace is independent of all those things and is available to every disciple in every circumstance right now. I want you to think about a time when you were enjoying peace of mind. I want you just to kind of let your mind drift here for a second. When you really felt calm and joyful inside, what was that like? Can you share about that experience? I remember going to Hawaii, both this time and we've gone there before. One of my favorite beaches there is Waimanalo Bay or Waimanalo Beach. And it is just awesome. It's like my happy place. And you're looking up and you see the beach and then you take a walk along it. And then there's these massive cliffs that kind of look like Jurassic Park, these super sharp, kind of jagged, serrated cliffs that are green. And it's so incredibly peaceful. And so that's kind of like, that's peace of mind. But I think about some other experiences where I just experienced a tremendous sense of peace. And it's so precious. You just feel so good. You feel like, hey, there's nothing missing here. There's nothing I have to do or accomplish to be happy. I'm there. I've arrived. And that's exactly what Jesus offers, even though there's going to be trouble in this world. Let's take a look at how to enjoy more of the gift that Jesus promised us, the gift of peace. Okay, let's talk about how to do that. Let's first take a look at the first key to enjoying peace of mind. Abstain from sinful desires. Abstain from sinful desires. Peter shares this in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11. "Dear friends, I urge you as foreigners and exiles to abstain from sinful desires which wage war against your soul." There is nothing that will destroy your peace of mind more easily than unrestrained sinful desires. And this is why Jesus counsels in Matthew chapter 5, verse 30, that if your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. Now, Jesus is not being mean. He's not being old school. He's not being barbaric. He's being realistic. If you're compromising or tolerating a certain level of sin in your life, you're going to have difficulty enjoying the peace of mind Jesus promises. And Peter basically rephrases Jesus's Jesus' command by telling us to abstain, which means to refrain deliberately and often with an effort of self denial from an action or practice. And that can mean alcohol, swearing, media consumption, shopping, news binging, and other controlling habits. I mean, the list can just go on and on. And you just got to think to yourself, what is it? What pet sin do you have that robs you of peace of mind? As a disciple of Jesus, this world is not your home, just like the old hymn says. You need to live with a level of detachment as a foreigner or an alien, like Peter shares. When Pam and I lived in Japan, there were many things that went straight over our heads as foreigners, or what was known as gaijin, while we were living there. The jokes, the culture, the conformity to custom. We would go to retreats with the church, which were awesome. The food was amazing. But disciples, we'd have like talent shows, and disciples would get up and do stand-up comedy, and they would do something what's known as manzai, which is a traditional Japanese stand-up comedy. And they'd be telling jokes, and the whole congregation would be laughing so hard. They'd be rolling on the tatami mats. And I'd just be staring blank faced, didn't understand it. And then Japanese disciples would come along, feel sorry for us. They would try to interpret what was being said, but by the time they told us, it still wasn't funny. You had to be in the moment. And so if you want peace of mind, don't negotiate, don't tolerate, don't rationalize. Instead, abstain. You're a foreigner. You're an alien in this world. As Thomas A. Kempis said in The Imitation of Christ, a book I love so much, true peace of heart is found in resisting passions, not in yielding to them. Let me say that again. True peace of heart is found in resisting passions, not in yielding to them. So if you've been compromising, if you've been yielding, giving in, there's no wonder why you're not feeling peace of mind. So first step into having peace of mind is abstain from sinful desires. Second, put your love into action. 1 John chapter 3, 16 through 19. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. This is how we know that we belong to the truth and how we set our hearts at rest in his presence. Resisting evil is only one part of the equation to find peace. John advises us to live and love just like Jesus did. Loving in action and truth reminds you that you belong to the truth, and it sets your heart at rest in his presence. Such a great phrasing. It doesn't earn you a spot in heaven. Let's be clear. Okay, I'm not just saying, hey, you do this, that earns you a way to get to heaven. But it does remind you of your identity as a child of God. And it just feels like, okay, this is who I am. I'm a child of God. Serving and helping other people, that fits with my identity. And it allows you to set your hearts at rest in the presence of God. If you want peace of mind, and if you're listening to this, I'm assuming you do, wake up each day with a determination to actively serve someone, help someone, encourage someone, assist someone, help someone move, comfort someone, advise someone, offer someone your time, energy, or expertise. When Pam and I arrived here in Boston, it was so nice because we had a whole bunch of stuff brought up and we had movers dump it off into our living room. And these brothers came and their guests, there were some people who were not yet disciples. They came, they helped us assemble our bed. They helped us assemble our dining table just so we could, that first night we could kind of survive. And it was so meaningful because it's so overwhelming. At the time, Pam was recovering from a surgery and she couldn't lift anything more than 10 pounds. So it was really all on me. And so those brothers coming in and helping, boy, what a difference it made. I just appreciate them, serving and loving. So the next time you're prompted by the Spirit, act on that nudge. Love in action and truth. Enjoy peace of mind and set your heart at rest in his presence. Point number 3, remember God is greater than your feelings. 1 John chapter 3, verse 19 through 20. This is how we know that we belong to the truth and how we set our hearts at rest in his presence. If our hearts condemn us, we know that God is greater than our hearts and he knows everything. Our feelings and thoughts are often the worst offenders when it comes to disrupting our peace of mind. Our self judgment, self criticism, wacky thoughts, concepts borrowed from the world, childhood thoughts, inherited ideas, they all contribute to this lack of peace. As Tom Ferry says, negative self talk is the equivalent of letting a drunk monkey loose in your kitchen. Okay, just imagine that for a second. Just throwing everything. Oh my gosh. That's when we need to remind ourselves that God is far greater than our feelings. Our feelings don't define reality. They can be super powerful, they can feel like they're real, but they're only an impression of reality. The God who made the world, who chose you before the creation of the world, that's Ephesians chapter 1, who personally showed up in the world to rescue you, is going to bring to completion what he started when he called you. He knows all about you. He knows your quirks. He knows your faults. He knows your failures, and he still adores you. Not just loves you, I mean, he adores you. I love this passage from the Psalms, and I think about this quite often. I think it says, though my father and mother reject me, the Lord will receive me. And I think about my own mom. My mom loved me. She doted on me. I was the baby of 6 kids. I was born when she was late middle age, and she just adored me. I mean, there was never a doubt in my mind that my mom just thought was just crazy about me. But the Bible says, listen, though she would reject me, the Lord will receive me. And it just gives me so much comfort just realizing he's crazy about me. There is absolutely nothing to worry about. You need to take captive those misguided thoughts and make them obedient to Christ, who is greater than your heart. So practically, take some time each day just to sit quietly. Do this for yourself. Just take a little mini daily vacation and focus on the greatness of God, a scripture or a noble thought. When a weird thought pops up, don't freak out. Just look at it, kind of step back and ask yourself, is this thought from God? Is this reality? Or is this just some crazy thought? Take some time to really think through that and just give yourself some time to focus on God. Okay, point number 4, actively pursue peace of mind. Actively pursue peace of mind. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. If you've overlooked, undervalued, or ignored the concept of peace of mind, it might be time to reevaluate it. Jesus considered it a top gift. And at the critical event of his life, the cross, he gave the gift of peace. Now think about all the gifts he could give. He could bestow on his disciples. He said, listen, my peace I give you. He gave the gift of peace to those who followed him. So if Jesus considered that valuable, we also should consider it valuable and find out why he considered it so valuable. You might want to consider why Jesus considered it so important. In fact, I'd do more than think about it. I'd pursue it. I'd go after it, like it says here. Pursue it along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Make it a priority along with righteousness, faith, and love. All the spiritual cool kids who have pure hearts are doing it. I like what Naval Ravikant shares in his almanac. He says, when I was younger, I really, really valued freedom. Freedom was one of my core values. Ironically, it still is. It's probably one of my top 3 values. But it's now a different definition of freedom. My old definition was freedom to do anything I want, freedom to do whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like. Now, the freedom I'm looking for is internal freedom. It's freedom from reaction, freedom from feeling angry, freedom from being sad, freedom from being forced to do things. I'm looking for freedom from, internally and externally, whereas before I was looking for freedom to. Now, Naval is not a disciple. He's an entrepreneur, wealthy person, but I think there's value here. Peace of mind is freedom from. What he's talking about there is having peace of mind. Now, he's a very wealthy person. He's an angel investor. He finances, startups and all these things. But what he's going after is so smart. He's saying, listen, I have all these things, but listen, what I really want is freedom from or peace of mind. But you, regardless if you have $1 in your pocket or $1 billion, can enjoy peace, joy, and contentment in any stage of life, relationship status, financial circumstance, health status, location, or any other environment. Make a decision that you're going to pursue peace of mind. Make it a conscious goal to enjoy Jesus' gift to you. Thanks for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. First, let your friends know about it. Secondly, read and review one of my books, How to Plant and Grow a Church, or Courage, How to Make This Life Count. And I've got a new book coming out this fall called How to Be a 10X Christian. And it's all about being a multiplying disciple. And I'm really excited about this book, and I'm hoping to get it out by my next birthday, which is mid-September. So finally, you can just support the program with a gift today. It's so easy to do. Just go to the show notes. There's a link there. Just click on it. And it's a really easy way to support the program, because my goal is to inspire you to make this life count, live a no regrets life, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Thanks for listening. Have a great day and make this life count.